I'm Judy Hicks with RE/MAX Coastal Real Estate, and I'm on the Dirty Boots Tour with Mark Downing with Cornerstone Homes. And before I get started, I do want to say that I'm hardly ever at a loss for words, but this is so important what we're doing that I'm scripted. So I have some very important questions to ask Mark because I don't want to leave anything out. And I also want to give a special thank you to Scott Harvey with Cornerstone. We started talking a couple of months ago, and he told me about this community, and he says, you know, we should do a little Dirty Boots tour. And I said, you know what, I think you're right. And now we've got Mark out here. So I've known Mark for a number of years. We won't say the number, because that will age him. So we are out at Crosswater at Pablo Bay.
That's right.
And first of all, tell us a little bit about yourself and about Cornerstone.
Well, Cornerstone started about 11 years ago. Built 2 homes our first year, and one of those homes was actually in Pablo Bay.
No kidding. Wow.
So
awesome.
we are coming back to Pablo Bay. It was a great community for us. We made it through the recession, which was a good thing. There's a lot of positive things out there right now, and we're excited about it, and really appreciate you guys thinking about us. I even brought my boots out. You said muddy boots.
I got the boots on. Well, mine are kind of like boots.
So I'm ready.
Well, it was going to be muddy boot. What happened? Oh, sorry. I thought it was, at first we thought muddy, but it's such a beautiful sunny day in Jacksonville, Florida, that there's no mud. Well, that was a really good segue into my first question.
All right.
Because one of the things that we want to do is follow you through this process of, okay, we're going to identify a neighborhood.
Right.
And what are those steps? So how did you determine that Crosswater at Pablo Bay is where you wanted to build next?
Great question. Well, for us, we always felt like we want to be in a community where people want to be. We don't want to try to say, okay, we're so good at this that we will build something and they will come. Remember that baseball movie?
Oh, yeah.
Build it and they will come? We don't believe in that. We want to be where people want to be. And that could be school-driven, that could be proximity, convenience, it could be an amenity, but there's got to be something there that's going to naturally draw people. This was one of the communities that was on our radar. And so after you look at that, then you start looking at, well, how much are the lots? What's our price point of our house going to be when we put those two things together? And is that a market that we feel good about? You know, does it have the right amount of velocity? Is it a market that we're good at servicing? And when you get all the right answers, that's a go.
So now that's a very good segue into the question of how do you determine a floor plan and a feature list that you think the buyers will like?
In terms of that feature list, when you start talking about that price point, which again is driven by, okay, here's the cost of the lot, with a certain cost of the lot, we're going to build a certain size house and a certain price point. What are those people looking for? Are those people who are moving down in size but seldom want to move down in features? Are they moving perhaps up in size or up in features? And with our price point, it's typically one of those situations where we want to create a home that has features that the other home didn't have. Unless they were to move down, you know what I mean?
Okay.
But they're moving up, and you know, they already had laminate, they already had vinyl, they already had oak cabinets, they already had all that. They don't want any of that with us. They're looking for something else. And so we have to provide those kind of features with our home. It doesn't make sense to have them come in there and charge them for all those things which we know they won't anyway.
Now, can you talk about the price already, or are you not ready to talk about that yet?
It is premature. The homes in here are going to start in the 200s, and I think they'll stop in the 400s. I don't think
awesome.
ours will be in the 400s. There's some larger lots that another builder is going to be doing, and he'll probably be in the 400s. But I think we'll hang out in the 300s.
Okay. Now, in that price range, are there some trends that you are seeing that you know the buyers are going to say, oh man, this is great?
Absolutely. You know, for probably 3 or 4 years, we've seen the demise of the living room. It's not dead, but boy, it's on. You know, it's got the machine, and it's just barely beeping. So, you know, we don't have a lot of living rooms. And the great room, of course, has been around forever. But what's changed about the great room is in the past, the great room was separate from the kitchen.
Right.
No more. The kitchen and the great room have become one room. In the past, somebody was always, well, I don't want them to see my dishes. The dishes are right out there. That island is there.
Somebody will come along and wash them.
Honey, there's the dishes. That little 2x4 island, it's gone. Islands are big.
So what we refer to as California
California
Island.
tops, big islands, outdoor
awesome.
living, master retreats, master spas. Most of our people have dual incomes. They come home, they're tired. They're taking care of the kids. They're doing the schoolwork. they want a place where they can have a spa-like experience, so that's another important one for us.
Awesome. Let me ask you a couple more questions. As a builder, a couple of, we can kind of make this a dual question. What do you think are maybe the top two things that a buyer should consider when selecting a builder, and what makes you different from some of the other builders?
Okay.
And I know you well enough to know you don't ever say anything bad about your competition, but it says something that you have not just survived but are thriving in this business after what we've been through in Jacksonville.
Well, and I appreciate that. I would say when you start the evaluation process, what you hear from a lot of people is what a negative experience someone had through the build process, that it was difficult, that it was cumbersome, that it was stressful. And we've kind of built our whole company around, let's create this fun, let's make it easy, let's figure out what they want and let's give it to them. And that's what we've really focused on. We have completely focused on the customer. As you know, through the Northeast Florida Builders Association, they give out an award every year. The grand award, one of the grand awards, is Golden Service. We won it 5 years in a row. There's a reason why we won it 5 years in a row. Everybody on the team is committed to customer service. So we don't just talk about it, which everybody talks about customer service, but not everybody delivers it. And so we really focus on that and creating an experience that is unique and different. And for 3 years, every customer that's built with us has said, I will absolutely refer somebody to Cornerstone Homes. Not one guy, not one female, not one person has said, no, wouldn't do it. So that's really our focus. Price point, the mortgage people tell them what their price point is. And they decide where they want to live, community, amenity, school. So then they're going to come into community and they're going to have 4 builders to pick from. Pick me,
Hey, you have so much passion and so it's so evident that you really love what you're doing, and it's a pleasure again to be here. You can see a little bit in the neighborhood. When will you start delivering product?
We believe that we're going to start our model in the month of July. We will take down our first group of lots in August, and we will, as soon as we take those lots down, we're going to start, with whatever pre-sales and whatever specs that we have. We think that the activity is really good. We get a lot of hits on our website already. So we're excited about that, and we think that we'll hit the ground running really quick in August.
Okay, and Pablo Bay is located right off between JTB and Beach Boulevard near the Mayo Clinic, near the University of North Florida. Give me a call. I'd love to help you. Cornerstone loves realtors. It won't cost you anything more to use a realtor, so give me a call. I can help you. And Mark, tell them your website.
Our website is www.mycornerstonehomes, that's with an S.com.
Mark Downing, thank you again. It was a pleasure. And we will follow back up with you as we go through the process, and we'll be back out here, and hopefully it won't be raining.
Thanks,
We'll
Judy.
keep it the Dirty Boots Tour.
Thank you very much.